So today we will study this Unani system of the medicine, and the father of Unani system of medicine is Avicenna. So let us start with the Unani system of the medicine. So it is known as a Unani Tib or Arabian medicine or Islamic medicine, a traditional system of healing and health maintenance observed in South Asia. Okay, so it is also known as Unani Tib or Arabian medicine. Okay, you will see here it is known as a Islamic medicine or Arabian medicine. Now, the origin of Unani medicine are also found in the doctrines of the ancient Greek physician Hippocrates and Galen. Okay, so we know the Hippocrates is known as a father of the medicine, and the origins are found in their work also, in their literature also. Okay, so as a field, it was later developed and refined through systematic experiment by the Arabs, most prominently by Muslim scholar physician known as Avicenna. Okay, so he was considered as a father of Unani system of the medicine. Now, during the Caliphate, that is nothing but the political religious Muslim state that began in 632 CE. Okay, so the bulk of Greek knowledge was translated into Arabic, part of that knowledge being the principles of the medicine. So the Greek knowledge was translated into Arabic part of the knowledge. Okay, and that is known as a Arabian or Islamic medicine. And apart from this Greek knowledge, the additional contributions of the medical wisdom from other parts of Middle East and South Asia, Unani medicine came to be known also as Arabian or Islamic medicine. So now we will discuss principles of Unani system. So the major principle, the Unani system is also working like we can say our Ayurvedic system of the medicine. So it is also based upon certain principles. So first is arkan or elements. Now it is an Islamic system of the medicine, or we can say Arabian. The names, the pronunciation is little bit different, and that pronunciation is in their languages. So first one is a arkan. It is also known as elements. Then second, mizaj or temperament. Then afal or functions. Then akhalat or bodily humors. Then aza or organs and systems. Then arwa or vital spirits. And the last principle, that is quava or faculties or powers. So based upon these 7 principles, the Unani system is working. And here in this session, we will discuss about these principles in detail. So the Unani system is based on these principles. Now, the history of Unani medicine can be characterized by the work of its practitioners or hakims who relied on natural healing based on principles of harmony and balance, uniting physical, mental, and spiritual realms. Okay, so this work of the practitioners or hakims, this system is based on the natural healing principles of harmony and balance, uniting the physical, mental, and spiritual realms. Now, these principles, what we studied previously, are also called as a al-umar al-tabiya, or it is also called as a basic physiological principles of the Unani system. Now, according to the practitioners of Unani medicine, the health of human body is maintained by the harmonious arrangement of al-umar al-tabiya. That means these principle, that is a basic physiological principle, the seven physiological principles of the Unani doctrine. And these we have already studied, like the arkan, mizaj, afal, then aklat, aja, arwa, and last one is a kwaha, or faculties or powers. So this is the basic principle, and it is known as a al umar al tabiya. That is the seven principles of the Unani system. So interacting with each other, these seven natural components maintain the balance in the natural constitution of the human body. So interacting with each other, these several natural components maintain the balance in the natural constitution of the human body, like how our Ayurvedic system, Pancha Mahabhuta existed in the body, and Tridosha maintaining the body's balance or health. So similarly, these seven natural components maintain the balance in the natural constitution of the human body. Each individual's constitution has a self-regulating capacity or power called as a tabiyat. It is also called as a mudabbira e badan, which medicatrix naturae in Latin, or to keep the seven components in equilibrium. So each individual's constitution has a self-regulating capacity or power called tabiyat, or to keep the seven components in equilibrium. Now, let us discuss with the arkan and mizaj. So just before going into the detail, just type the names of seven temperaments or elements of the Unani system. Type in chat box. Yes. So those were the seven principles of the Unani system of the medicine. Now let us study arkan and mizaj, that is called as the elements and the temperaments. So four simple indivisible entities. Now, like the Pancha Mahabhutas are there in the Ayurvedic, but here Ayurvedic system of the medicine, here the earths called as the earth, Ma, water, Nar, fire, Hawa, air. Okay. Arkan. So these are called as a arkan, four indivisible entities: earth, water, fire, air, not only constitute the primary components of the human body, but also make up all other creations in the universe. So arkan not only constitutes the primary components of the human body, but also makes up all other creations in the universe. there are predictable consequences to the actions and interactions of the four archons. So there are predictable consequences to the actions and the interaction of the four archons. That means predictable. That means what is the consequence of the earth, or what is the consequence of the water, or their interaction. That is called as a imtiaz. That means interaction of the air and fire. Like in our tridosha, vata is produced by the air and akash. Okay, so vayu. So the similar type of the principles are there. So the consequences are there, and they are called as a imtizaz. Then all these elements act upon and react with each other. They continually undergo change into various states of genesis and lysis. Okay. So, as these elements act upon and react with each other. Now, this is very important term. So, these undergo genesis and lysis. That is nothing but the generation and deterioration. And due to ulfat e kimia, acceptance of a medicine or by the body, means ulfat e kimia, that is the acceptance of medicine, and nafrat e kimia, that is a rejection of a medicine. So all these elements, which elements, like earth, water, air and fire, these elements act upon and react with each other. Okay, so individual reactions are there, and they continually undergo changes into various states, and it will lead to ulfat e kimia or nafrat ki kimia. Okay, so that is a rejection of a medicine. And skilled hakim claim that they can prevent, recognize and observe such states. Okay, so their hakims, they have knowledge to perceive, recognize and observe such states. Now continuing that principle, so the four essential mizaj are, now these mizaj temperaments are formed after the combination of those archons, like the hot, cold, moist and dry. Okay, so these are the four temperaments. Four more are compounded of those single temperaments, namely hot and dry, hot and moist, cold and dry, and cold and moist. So again, these temperaments are having a combinations like hot and dry, hot and moist, cold and dry, and cold and moist. Okay, so these combinations are there, and those possesses in different proportion. Mizaj is balanced by all entities in the cosmos, including all plants, minerals, and the animals. The equilibrium of individuals' elemental combination and resulting mizaj, as determined by the tabiat, provides a stable constitution to that individual, in other words, health. Just as elemental balance keeps an individual in a healthy state, changes in natural temperament cause the health of an individual to suffer. So, the just as a elemental balance keeps an individual healthy state, changes in the natural temperament cause health of individual to suffer. That means to cause a disease, if there is a changes in the uh, natural temperament cause the health of an individual to suffer. And therefore, Mizaj plays a pivotal role in a Unani in characterizing person's normal state, that is the physical, mental, and social, as well as nature of the diseases. And therefore, these Mizaj are playing very important role in characterizing a person's normal state. Okay, and now These were the, we can say, tabiyat, or we can say mizaj and temperament, archons, etc. Those were the concepts. Now, the doctrine of akalat. Okay, akalat किंवा we can call it as a अक्कल. Okay, so Hippocrates propounded the doctrine of fluids or humors of the body, and he characterized the humors into four groups based on their color. These groups were refined by Galen and later by the Avicenna. Now they appear in Unani practice as a dam, bulgum, saffra, that is yellow bile, and the soda. Okay, so these four humors or doctrines of the fluids or humors of the body, and these are categorized into four, that is the blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and the black bile. Now, each person is considered to have a specific humoral makeup determined by predominance of given humor in his or her constitution. Okay, so every person is having a specific humoral makeup. Okay, and the quality and quantity of humors in individual, a person's unique, proper, and proportionate humor makeup is said to guarantee health. And conditions other than this balance signal ailment or the disease. So again, these doctrines of the fluid, four, we can say, humors like the blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and the black bile, and those are considered to have a specific makeup and determined by the predominance of given humor in his or her constitution, and the quality and quantity of the humors in an individual, a person's unique, proper, and proportionate humoral makeup is said to guaranteed health. Now, the theory of humors, which is the essence of the practice of Unani, holds that the four humors are derived from and utilized in the digestive process, and their continuous action and reaction results into the breakdown of complex macromolecules into simpler molecules, which are then incorporated throughout the body in the form of fluid. And these humors, the aklat, suppose the body cells, intestinal species, vascular channels, affecting physical and behavioral well-being, and most stable in the healthy individuals. Okay, so all these four humors are derived from the digestive processes. Okay, so the four humors we studied just now. So these four humors are made or derived from the digestive processes, and their actions and reaction results into the breakdown of complex macromolecule into the simpler molecules, and which then incorporated throughout the body in the form of fluid. And these humors suffuse the body's cell, interstitial species, and vascular channels, and affecting the physical and behavioral well-being, and those are most stable in a healthy individual. Okay, so these four humors should also be present, and it should be active, and if it is active, or if those are stable, that means a person is healthy as far as Unani medicine principles are concerned. Okay, so till now we studied different principles. Now the next one is relationship between tabiyat and asbab e sita zaruriya. Okay, now we will discuss this point. In the Unani system of medicine, tabiyat is an individual's internal power or capacity to withstand or combat diseases and to perform normal physiological functions. Okay, so in the Unani system of medicine, tabiyat is an individual's internal power or the capacity to combat the disease. That is nothing but the immunity, we can say. And believing that it is only tabiyat that is engaged in actually curing a disease, Unani Hakims hold that they only assist from outside by prescribing therapeutic relief. And if not adversely affected, tabiat can eradicate most infectious disorder without medical treatment using what may be thought of as a natural defense system of the mind and the body. And Unani medicine recognize six. Now, these six physical or external factors are called as a asbab-e-sita zaruriya. Okay, asbab-e-sita zaruriya, which are essential in establishing synchronized biological rhythm. Okay, so we studied a tabiyat, that is nothing but the immunity of an individual, and now we will study relationship between that called as a six physical or external factor. It is called as a asbab e sita zaruri. Okay, so now we'll discuss a relationship between tabiyat and the asbab e sita. So the first physical or external factor is hawa. So in hawa or air, in which the quality of air a person breathes is thought to have a direct effect on his or her temperament and thus health. We are also aware about that the air is very important part because it is required for blood circulation. We can say it requires oxygen, blood requires oxygen, and it is uh, given in the form of oxygen by respiration. Okay, then the next one is a makul wo mushroom, that is a food and drink. So in which the nutritional value and the quality and quantity of one's food and drink are believed to ensure physical fitness by strengthening the beer. Okay, so food and drink, first one is a air. So what is the impact of air? That is considered as an external factor. Then food and drink, those are also external factors. Then harkat was sukoon e jismiya, that is bodily exercise and response. So which emphasizes the positive effects of balanced physical exercise on an individual's internal resistance and tabiyat. Then harkat o sakun nafsaniya, so mental work and the rest. Now it emphasizes the simultaneous engagement of the human mind in numerous emotional and intellectual activities. Unani medicine holds that the human mind and the brain needs adequate stimulation and proper relaxation as well. So Unani medicine holds that the human mind and the brain needs adequate stimulation and proper relaxation as well. So that is also necessary, that is a mental work and rest. Then norm o yakuza, so sleep and wakefulness, so in which an individual's health and alertness are understood as a being dependent on a specific amount of sound sleep in the course of 24-hour cycle. And last asbab e sita is hitebas and istifrak, that is a retention and excretion, which considered the metabolism of food and liquid as both affecting and being regulated by tabiyat. Okay, so these or those were the principles of Unani system of the medicine. Six external factors are required. Now we will study a modes of treatment. So the initial approach to treatment in the Unani system entails the establishment of a regimen to normalize and balance the external factors involved in ailments and diseases. Any Unani treatment prescribed by the Hakims acts as an outside agent to help boost the patient tabiyat and thus restore good health and a sense of a well-being. And third, that is a ilaj bi jiza, or dietotherapy involves recommending a specific diet, which is the simplest and most natural course of treatment by Hakim. Okay, so the main aim is to normalize and balance the external factor what we studied, like the air, water, food involved in the ailments and diseases, and also boost the patient tabiyat and restore the good health and a sense of well-being. So those are the initial approaches of the Unani treatment, and it further involves like the dietotherapy, involving the specific or recommendation of the specific diet, which is the simplest and most natural course of the treatment by the Hakim. Then uh, e- Ilaj B. Misala or organotherapy. It is relatively infrequent in modern Unani therapy, a mode of treatment that involves healing a diseased organ with the use of tissue extract from the same organ of an healthy individual. Then Ilaj B Dawa, that is called as a pharmacotherapy. So it is the use of medicine by Unani Hakims, and this treatment method is considered by Hakim to be natural, eco-friendly, and less intrusive, more effective than many other methods. And the Unani system pharmacopoeia is the vast, enriched with more than 2000 medicine, and all those are derived from herbal, mineral, and the animal sources. So now that is main, we can say, parts of the treatment. Now this is a classical. Okay, we are if the word classical is there, that means pure classical homeopathic preparation, that means original classical homeopathic principle. So similarly here, it is called as a regimental therapies or tadabbir in the treatment of various chronic and acute diseases. So which are the classical Unani medicine? So the first one, that is a dalak, that is called as massage. Then hammam, that is a bath and sauna. Then karat, that is a exercise. Then fasad, that is a venesection or opening a vein to let out blood. Then hijamat, cupping, a process of drawing blood to the surface of the body by using a glass cup or tube, that is a hijamat. Amat e ki, leeching or bleeding a person by using a leeches. So it is a type of the insect which sucks the blood, so allowing that to suck a blood that is not available in the pure form. And surgical intervention. Now these are the 7 regimental therapies, that is a massage, bath, exercise, vein section, cupping, leeching, etc. Surgical interventions or ilaj bil yad are at a last resort, and their practice generally is beyond the realm of the Hakim's expertise. Okay. Now the diagnosis process, actually it is somewhat similar to the Ayurvedic, that is a pulse reading and examination of the urine and the stool, then a study of the history and observation of the physical examination. And this system observes the influence of the surroundings and ecological conditions such as air, food, drink, body movement, repose, psychic movements, repose, sleep and wakefulness, and excretion and retention on the state of mind. So these all causes a dominance of one of the 4 humors in every body. And Unani believes that it is this dominance which gives a man his individual habit and complexation of his temperament. And the last part for today's discussion is a Unani medicine dosage form. So again, these dosage form are classified into 4 types, that is solid, semi-solid, liquid, and gases. So like the hub, quartz, bunduk, shayaf, humol, etc. Those are the solid dosage form. Majun, itrifal, jawarish, etc. Semi-solid. Then liquid, joshanda, uh, zulal, etc. And gases are also there like the bakur or inkibab, etc. So those are considered as a Unani dosage forms. Okay. So here we will begin end the session with this quote.